For light.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. Mr Acting Speaker, with Philippines Independence Day being celebrated earlier this month on the 12th of June and Philippines Republic Day come up on the 4th of July, I thought it fitting that we honour the Filipino community who now call my electorate and other parts of South Australia home, call our parts of South Australia home, and of course are flourishing. The tale of Filipino community's history began in the 1860s with the arrival of the Manila men, pearl divers from the Visayas and Mindanao regions who journeyed to our shores in search of new opportunities. The majority of the Manila men were Catholic and made strong connections with the Catholic missionaries in Broome and Thursday Island. The Muslim minority were often referred to as the Malays. Many married into Indigenous population and settled in the remote parts of northern and western Australia. These pioneers, who once only known through the Gateway of Manila, have now become an integral part of our nation's history. From a small group of about 50 people in 1975 to a thriving community of 15,000 today across Australia, their journey mirrors the dynamic evolution of the Philippines itself. This growth reflects the community's adaptability, hard work, and their desire to build a better future for themselves and their families. The Filipino community's integration to Australian society has been seamless, yet they are making major contributions to every facet of our community. Their participation in community events, the celebration of Filipino festivals, and the involvement in local initiatives all serve to strengthen the bonds between our cultures. My neighbouring electorate of Playford has the highest population of Philippine-born South Australians with 909 people, and my own electorate of Light has 167 people on electoral, but many more who live in the electorate. These are examples of how the Filipino community has integrated into our multicultural society. Their presence enriches our community, bringing new perspectives, talents and a shared commitment to the common good. It certainly has enriched my local Catholic community, Mr Acting Speaker. Many of them obviously go to my local church, the St Peter's and Paul's Catholic Church, and I have a good time engaging with those communities on either a Saturday night or a Sunday morning. But not only do they enrich us with their culture, they also enrich our community through the skills they bring with them and the employment opportunities they actually bring to this nation. For example, amongst the community in Gawler, there are doctors, pharmacists, there are engineers, there are people who work in the aged care, in other caring communities. Without these actually skills at the moment, which we're in short of in the country, we actually would be the poorer. So these people not only enrich our culture and our nation, but they enrich opportunities in an economic sense as well. Australia's success as a multicultural society is a testament to the cultural generosity and diversity that characterises our nation. In Australia, we pride ourselves on being a multicultural nation with 30% of Australians born overseas and 10 million immigrants. In the process, we've created a mosaic of cultures with each piece containing its own story, tradition and dream. And Mr Speaker, that is why often when you hear about some of the negativity from small sections of our community, you have to weigh up the good things that new migrants bring to our nation. My family themselves made that courageous decision to migrate from Italy to Australia, and I'm thankful because of my parents' hard work, they opened the doors for me in this great country. I don't think it is often said how brave and resilient people are pulling up stumps and moving overseas, especially in the early years when there was not much support or resources to assist. Often when the people left their own towns, hamlets or villages, the first time they left it was to move to a country right across the world, like my parents. It takes a lot of hard work and determination to succeed, and our multicultural community has that in spades. Now that I've lived in the Gawler area since March 1963, and in that time the community has expanded from a few immigrants here and there to a thriving multicultural community. As I said, even within my own church, the growth of the Filipino tenants has been tremendous, and they've quickly become a major part of our Christian community with their support and contributions through all the activities. And certainly they've actually made our services much more lively. As neighbours, we bump into each other and talk about how great our local community is. Like my parents and now me, they all seek to give their families a better quality of life, free from fear and violence. The Filipino community story is a shining example of how embracing multiculturalism has contributed to our nation's prosperity and social cohesion. In conclusion, Mr Acting Speaker, I stand to celebrate the Filipino community within our region and across the nation, but also support of upholding the right of every individual to practice their faith openly and peacefully. Let us continue to embrace the diversity that makes our community strong, and let us work together to build a society where every individual can thrive.